The bustling swarm of Shujin students and salarymen flows around you like a river parting around a stone. In the middle of the urban chaos, the connection between your hand and Anne's feels like the only solid thing left in Tokyo. You stop just before the glowing yellow lines of the ticket gates, looking down at her with a soft, steady gaze.
Text me when you get home. I want to make sure you're okay.
Anne looks up, her blue eyes widening slightly at the directness of your concern. A soft, genuine warmth floods her expression, chasing away the last lingering shadows of Kamoshida's castle. She doesn't pull her hand away immediately. Instead, she gives your fingers one last, lingering squeeze.
I will. I promise. I think I'm going to sleep better tonight than I have in months. Thank you, Wyndra, for everything.
She finally lets go, the absence of her hand leaving a strange chill in the air. She takes a step toward the turnstile, then pauses, looking back over her shoulder with a bright, hopeful smile that outshines the surrounding neon.
And don't you be a stranger either. You have my number now.
She disappears into the crowd, her platinum pigtails bobbing as she descends into the subway station. You stand there for a moment, the weight of the day finally settling into your bones.
Well, look at you, Mr. Hero, making quite the impression on our first recruit. But come on, let's head back to LeBlanc. My paws are killing me, and we have a lot to discuss regarding that medallion in your pocket.
The familiar scent of old coffee grounds and cedar greets you as you climb the creaky stairs. The attic is just as you left it, dusty, cramped, and quiet, but it feels different now. The Metaverse Navigator icon on your phone is silent, but the metallic medallion you retrieved from the palace sits on your workbench, humming with a faint, residual energy. You collapse onto your bed, the springs groaning under your weight. Morgana hops onto the desk, his tail twitching as he eyes the treasure. The reality of what you've done, stealing the heart of a powerful man, is starting to sink in. Tomorrow, the school will be different, but for now, you have a moment of peace. The springs of the old mattress groan as you fall back, staring up at the water-stained ceiling of the attic. The silence of LeBlanc is a stark contrast to the clashing steel and distorted screams of the castle. Your hand instinctively goes to your pocket, pulling out your phone. The screen's glow is blinding for a moment in the dim room.
Let's see if she made it back.
You ignore the pulsing red eye of the navigator and tap into your messages. Your heart gives a small, rhythmic thud against your ribs when you see a notification waiting.
I am home. Just walk through the door. It feels quiet here, in a good way. I keep looking at my hands, expecting them to be glowing or something, but I'm just me. Thank you again, Wyndra. Sleep well, okay? You earned it.
A small smile tugs at your lips. You find yourself typing a reply before you even realize it, the memory of her hand interlaced with yours still vivid and warm.
Already checking in on her. You've got it bad, don't you? Well, I suppose a little rebellion does wonders for the heart.
The heavy footsteps on the stairs give you just enough time to lock your phone and sit up. Sujiro's head appears at the top of the floorboards, his glasses reflecting the single light bulb hanging from the rafters. He looks you over, his gaze lingering on your slightly disheveled exotic robes.
You're back late, and you look like you've been through a blender. I told you to stay out of trouble, didn't I?
Just got lost in the city, Sojiro-san. It's bigger than I thought.
Just don't let it happen again. I've got enough headaches without the police knocking on my door because a transfer student went missing. Get some sleep.
He turns and heads back down, the light from the cafe below vanishing as he shuts the door. You are left in the shadows with Morgana and the glowing treasure on the desk. The phone vibrates in your hand again, another message from Anne. Actually, I'm still a little wired. Are you still awake? The mundane reality of a late-night text feels incredibly precious after the nightmare you just escaped together. The weight of the day's supernatural exertion finally crashes down on you. Your muscles ache with a dull, heavy throb, and even the light from the phone screen feels like a physical burden. You tap out a response, your thumbs moving slowly over the glass.
I'm exhausted, Han. Let's talk more at school tomorrow. Good night.
A few seconds later, a final notification pings. You're right, I'm sorry. Get some rest. See you tomorrow. You set the phone face down on the nightstand, the room plunging back into the comforting dimness of the attic.
Smart move. A thief needs his wits, and you're running on fumes. I'll keep an eye on the treasure tonight.
Morgana curls up into a tight ball at the foot of your bed, his blue eyes blinking slowly before they close. You pull the thin sheets up, the scent of old cedar and dust acting as a strange sort of lullaby. As your eyes drift shut, the image of the golden crown sitting on your workbench is the last thing you see. The night passes in a blur of dreamless, heavy sleep. When you finally stir, the morning sun is piercing through the slats of the attic window, casting long, dusty beams across the floorboards. The air feels lighter, as if the oppressive fog that had hung over Yanjanjaya since your arrival has finally lifted.
Hey, you planning on sleeping through your first week? Get moving, or you'll be late for the train.
You sit up, feeling a strange clarity. The medallion on the desk has lost its glow, appearing now as nothing more than a tarnished, old-fashioned school medal. You dress quickly, the familiar weight of your exotic robes providing a sense of identity as you prepare to face the real world and see if your actions in the metaverse truly changed anything. The walk to the station is different today. The atmosphere at Shujin Academy is electric with hushed whispers. Students are gathered in small clusters, their eyes wide as they look toward the faculty wing. Something has happened, or is about to. The walk to Shujin Academy feels different. The jagged stone battlements and pulsating veins of the castle are gone, replaced by the sterile concrete and glass of reality. Yet the atmosphere is anything but normal. As you pass through the gates, the usual morning silence is replaced by a low, frantic hum of conversation. Students are huddled in tight circles, their faces pale, eyes darting toward the faculty office windows.
The air is thick today. They know something's changed.
Of course they do. You stole the core of his distorted world. The ripple effect in reality should be starting right about now.
Morgana's head is tucked deep into your bag, but you can feel his whiskers twitching against your side. You decide to bypass your usual route to class, drifting toward a cluster of third-year students near the shoe lockers. They are speaking in hushed, terrified tones, their bodies angled away from the hallway where Kamishita usually stalks.
I'm telling you, he's just sitting there. He hasn't yelled at anyone. He didn't even look at the volleyball team when they walked past.
Kamoshida, silent? No way. Yesterday, he was threatening to cut the whole team if we didn't double our practice hours.
He looks empty, like the lights are on, but nobody's home. And did you hear? He's called an emergency assembly for the whole school in 10 minutes.
The news sends a jolt through you. An emergency assembly. The change of heart is manifesting. As the students scatter toward the gym, you feel a presence behind you.
Wyndra, did you hear? He's actually doing it. He's going to face everyone.
Anne stands beside you, her hands clutching the straps of her bag, so tightly her knuckles are white. The bell for the assembly rings, a hollow, echoing sound that signals the end of Kamishita's reign. The entire student body is funneling toward the gymnasium, a sea of blue blazers moving toward a moment of truth. The tide of students flows toward the gym, a sea of navy blazers and anxious whispers. You resist the pull of the crowd, catching Anne's arm and drawing her toward the shadow of a trophy case.
Wait, let's see if we can find where he's hiding before he goes on stage.
Anne's eyes widen, her gaze darting toward the faculty wing. The fear is still there, a ghost of the girl she was, but the fire you helped ignite in the metaverse burns stronger.
The faculty lounge, or maybe the prep room behind the stage. If he's really changed, I need to see it for myself before he puts on a performance.
Keep your heads down. His cognitive self was a wreck, but we don't know how the real one is processing the collapse yet. It could be messy.
You slip into the faculty wing. The silence here is heavy, punctuated only by the distant, rhythmic thud of hundreds of feet in the gymnasium. Near the end of the hall, a door stands slightly ajar. A familiar, hulking silhouette is slumped against the wall inside the darkened office.
What have I? Those kids. I'm a monster.
He doesn't even look up, as your shadows fall across the threshold. The king has been hollowed out. Anne stands in the doorway, her breath hitching as she looks down at the man who held her life in a vice grip. Kamishita flinches at the sight of her, a sob racking his broad shoulders as he slides further down the wall, his forehead pressing against the cold floor. The air in the narrow. The tide of students flows toward the gym, a sea of navy blazers. The faculty hallway is a tunnel of suffocating silence, smelling of floor wax and the stale, cold sweat of a man whose world has just imploded. You step up beside Anne, not speaking, not interjecting. You simply stand there, a steady, exotic presence at her shoulder, giving her the space to be the architect of her own closure.